I'm doing it. Woo! Welcome to another episode of Cody's Corner, where I'm here to talk about what I've been learning in psychology, spirituality, and my creative journey. I hope it helps you because I know ThoughtWorks helped me a ton. So, today I wanted to talk about our fantasies and daydreams. And by that, I mean kind of like our wish list of what we want to happen in our lives and kind of the story we tell ourselves that, like, if only I had this, everything would be better. A good example for me is this is my assistant, Darwood. When I was living in a pretty uncomfortable situation, and when I say that, I was literally living in a 2-bedroom house with like fucking 7 people or something. It was crazy. Like, and all these dogs. It was not good. And the way that happened is this. There's an old proverb, is you don't notice your coat gets wet when you're walking in the rain. And they mean that, like, when things happen slowly, we don't notice, we get comfortable with it. And so it doesn't, like, I would never move into that situation, but it happened really slowly over months and months and months. And then I was feeling terrible, and I ultimately got to leave, or had to leave, because my body broke out in a horrible rash. But during that whole time, I knew something was wrong. I was like, this isn't great, you know? I was like, but whatever, you know, we are always going to find ways to justify it. But I did have this fantasy of having my own beautiful apartment with, like, space to paint, you know, and, like, I just wanted to make things look pretty. And that was my fantasy. And if I had dug a little deeper, I could have seen what I really needed, and I probably could have made some moves to get there a lot quicker, versus my body actually, like, backlashing against me and making me feel, it was horrible. It was so bad. The doctors couldn't diagnose it anyways. But different things can happen. Like, so I also feel like if we don't take responsibility and, like, read the signs, that the universe or God or whatever will throw something at us, like even a tragedy, to be like, we need to fix this, you know, the signs will keep getting bigger and bigger. Paulo Coelho, the author of The Alchemist, he has a bunch of other great books, and, like, that's one of his lines in there, and it just, like, really affected me. And so let's go digging deeper into that fantasy. So I wanted space, which is obvious, you know, but more than just wanting space, I actually needed to be away from the people I was surrounded by, and I needed more time for creativity. And so if I could have seen that right away, then I maybe could have either moved somewhere else, or I could have even, like, set up a space, set up my life in a way that was like that. But in my head, it's kind of easy to, like, to think that we just want to fix things. You're like, I just want things to be prettier, or we go for shallower reasons, if that makes sense. So you just have to break down your desires, and you ask why, what are you hunting for? And then you have to find little ways to get there. And I think not lying to ourselves is the most important part. I lied to myself for so long, and I think that's the reason I drank. And so if you are suffering in any way, don't lie to yourself about it. This wasn't the best example I used before, but if I think back about a previous job I had, and I knew it was off, I would get really stressed and, like, angry, but I just thought that's kind of how jobs work. I was like, well, I guess this is just life. And I've recently got a different job, and I'm like, what? We can do things this way? I thought that was only in my wildest fantasies. So whatever you think you want, or, like, it's coming, you know, you're like, oh, that's just too good to be true. It's not too good to be true. But we have to make those moves for it. Comfort is such a monster. It will make you stay in the weirdest places. So this is my pep talk for you. Don't live in a house with 7 people if you're unhappy. Don't stay at a job that you're unhappy with. You can do the things. If I could tell my younger self anything, I would just be like, you are so much stronger and more beautiful and talented and cool than you realize. And just give yourself a chance to breathe and start getting clear in your head. Yeah. This was kind of a rough one for me to talk about. I don't know if you found this interesting or if this is helpful for you, but thank you for being here. I love you.